Where we fit in it, it would remind us that life is fleeting, and that we always want to know more. When Betelgeuse finally explodes, it may have an impact on the Milky Way. The explosion will send out gas waves that will form new stars and planets. The explosion's light could help astronomers learn a lot about how stars live and die. Each supernova is different and shows us how energy works. By studying these massive explosions, we can comprehend how the universe functions. Supernovas can also change culture. Great works of art, books, and ideas have been influenced by space events. The bright light from Betelgeuse would probably inspire artists and make people think about their place in the universe. It could spark interest in science and space, just as a supernova did during the Renaissance. Betelgeuse, part of the Orion constellation, continues to hold the interest of astronomers and stargazers. Its captivating qualities go beyond its striking red color or size. It's the mystery that surrounds its imminent supernova. A supernova is one of the most significant occurrences in the universe, a massive explosion that can outshine entire galaxies and send shock waves through space. If Betelgeuse were to go through this catastrophic transformation, it would be a sight unlike anything previously observed in modern times. Although we can't say exactly when it will happen, the potential of seeing this phenomenon is thrilling, even if it's still a distant event. Scientists have been observing Betelgeuse for years, and its recent behavior has sparked a sense of urgency. The star's bizarre brightness fluctuations, particularly the Great Dimming from 2019 to 2023, suggest that it's nearing the end of its life cycle. This dimming was so noticeable that even casual observers could see the shift, which meant something strange was going on with the star. The fact that it later brightened once more only added to the mystery. This kind of behavior has raised the question, is Betelgeuse about to explode into a supernova sooner than anticipated? This supergiant star has always been an outlier in our understanding of stellar behavior. Rapid changes in brightness, especially sudden flashes of light, have led numerous researchers to speculate that Betelgeuse is in a state of instability. During this phase of its existence, the star has gone through multiple shedding cycles, expelling material much like a volcano erupting and spewing gas and dust into space. This could be part of the process that eventually leads to a spectacular conclusion. It appears as though Betelgeuse is losing its outer layers and preparing for one last blast of energy that will end in a supernova. What makes Betelgeuse so fascinating is that, even though it's massive and bright, it's relatively young, only about 10 million years old, a fraction of our sun's age, which is about 4.6 billion years. However, Betelgeuse burns through its fuel much more quickly than the sun, which is why it's rapidly approaching the end of its lifespan. Additionally, it is much larger than our sun. If placed in the center of our solar system, Betelgeuse's surface could extend past the orbit of Jupiter. Combined with its rapid fuel consumption, this means Betelgeuse is destined to end its life in a massive supernova, like few stars ever do. As Betelgeuse reaches the end of its life, it will go through several stages of intense energy production. The star's flames will strengthen, burning elements like carbon and oxygen in an attempt to sustain its energy output. But it will continue to grow until it reaches a point where it can no longer support its own weight. The core will collapse under its own gravity, triggering a supernova explosion, an explosive release of incredible energy and brightness, sufficient to be seen across vast distances in space and potentially affecting Earth. The last time a supernova was observed this close to Earth was in 1604, corresponding to the Kepler supernova. That explosion was bright enough to be seen during the day for several weeks, a fantastic occasion for early astronomers. Modern science now allows us to study such events in far greater detail thanks to advancements in space and telescope technology. We now have the tools to observe the beginnings of these massive explosions before they happen. Even if Betelgeuse's supernova does not occur in our lifetime, astronomers will still have a front-row seat to the event, studying it from every angle. However, The mystery surrounding Betelgeuse isn't limited to its potential for a supernova. The changes in its brightness have also sparked discussions about the mechanics of stellar evolution. Some scientists believe Betelgeuse is experiencing a volcanic eruption-like event, expelling large amounts of gas and dust from its surface. This could explain the sudden dimming followed by brightening. Others speculate that the star is nearing the end of its helium-burning phase, possibly the final stage before its collapse. Regardless of the cause, Betelgeuse's behavior is a valuable opportunity for astronomers to better understand the life cycles of stars, especially massive ones. Beyond scientific curiosity, Betelgeuse's eventual supernova will likely have a cultural impact as well, just as past supernovas influenced the Renaissance, inspiring new generations of creativity and intellectual exploration. The immense energy released by the star will likely be captured in literature, art, and media, serving as a reminder of the transient nature of existence and the vast potential of the universe. Furthermore, the explosion of Betelgeuse could have practical implications for Earth. Radiation from such a massive event could affect our planet's atmosphere, satellites, communications, navigation systems, and even power grids. While the effects of a supernova are unlikely to directly threaten human life, they could serve as a powerful reminder of how interconnected we are with the cosmos and how vulnerable our technological systems are to the forces of nature. Finally, the explosion of Betelgeuse will stand as a symbol of the cyclical nature of life in the universe. As one star dies, another is born from its debris. The elements released during a supernova become the building blocks for new stars and planets. In this way, Betelgeuse's death will not mark the end of its power, but the beginning of a new cosmic creation. A humbling reminder that in the vast expanse of space, the death of one star could be the birth of many more. The final supernova of Betelgeuse will be an event of cosmic significance, one that will continue to captivate scientists, astronomers, and artists for generations to come. While we may not know exactly when the star will explode, its eventual demise will mark a monumental chapter in the universe's story.
Hey, stargazers, can you believe there's a huge cosmic event about to happen? This star, which shines so brightly that it could create shadows during the day on Earth. That's what it might look like to us. Orion's Betelgeuse in the constellation is acting in a rather enigmatic manner at the moment. Scientists believe it might be gearing up for a supernova explosion, and it could light up our sky like never before. So, when will this occur, and what will it look like? Betelgeuse is about 650 light years away from us and isn't your average star. It's a red supergiant and one of the planet's brightest stars. Shining over 100,000 times brighter than our sun, this star is well known to many ancient civilizations and has guided travelers for ages. Its reddish color makes it stand out in the night sky. If you think about it, if Betelgeuse replaced our sun, it would cover the entire way out to Jupiter. Despite being far younger than the sun, less than 10 million years old, it is huge and has burned through its fuel quickly, which means it doesn't have much time left before it explodes in a supernova, when bigger stars reach their limit. They don't just fade away, they explode in an event that's really hard to comprehend. It could be so bright that it outshines entire galaxies. The last time Earth saw a supernova from this close was in 1604. Before modern telescopes, it was called the Kepler supernova, and it was so bright you could see it throughout the day for weeks. Ancient records from that time remind us how special these events are. Recently, Betelgeuse has been behaving strangely. Between late 2019 and early 2023, its brightness dropped significantly, a phenomenon referred to as the Great Dimming. It became so obvious that even casual stargazers noticed it. Many thought we might be decades away from seeing it blow up. However, in April 2023, suddenly returned to its usual brightness, and then its brightness shot up by 50%. Stars like Betelgeuse usually have predictable brightness cycles. So this change raised eyebrows. Scientists think maybe it's blowing off some gas similar to a volcano, affecting how we see it. No one knows exactly what will happen next. Some researchers think it could be nearing the end of its carbon-burning phase, while others believe it is still in the helium-burning stage. The truth is, scientists agree Betelgeuse will likely become the next Milky Way supernova. But determining the date is anyone's guess. It could be decades or even up to 100,000 years. Remember, when we look at Betelgeuse, we're seeing light that left the star 650 years ago. While we speculate about its future, its fate might have already been sealed. When it finally goes, we'll have a front row seat to a cosmic show. The recent happenings with Betelgeuse have sparked many discussions. This summer, another supernova in a nearby galaxy caught everyone's attention. It looked like what many anticipated for Betelgeuse. This reminds us how everything in the universe is connected. The explosion will impact more than just astronomy. It could inspire art, literature, and even shift how people think about the universe. It might also affect Earth's technology, especially satellites, which are sensitive to radiation. Betelgeuse serves as an illustration of the universe's constant change as stars fade away. New ones are born, maintaining the life cycle of space and time. After it's gone, it will undoubtedly remain a constant reminder of our position in this ever-changing cosmos. Now, stargazers. Imagine a star blowing up so big it casts shadows even during the day on Earth. That might happen. Soon, with Betelgeuse and Orion, the star is acting strangely, as if it were about to explode in a supernova. But when will it happen, and what will it look like? Betelgeuse is in Orion, about 650 light-years away. It's not just any star, it's a super bright red giant that shines far more brightly than our sun. But why do we care? 'Cause it's not just bright, it has a history. People have watched it for centuries, and its name comes from an Arabic phrase about Orion's hand. Travelers once used it for navigation, and it has long inspired wonder. Think about it. If Betelgeuse replaced our sun, it would reach all the way to Jupiter. How does a star get so big, despite being only 10 million years old? It burns through its fuel much faster than our sun and won't last as long. When massive stars like this run out of fuel, they don't simply vanish, they explode in a supernova, releasing more energy than we can imagine. Such an explosion could outshine an entire galaxy and cast shadows on Earth even at night. The last supernova visible to the naked eye in the Milky Way was the Kepler event in 1604. It remained bright for over a year, and historical records from China and Europe describe it as a new star in the sky. Betelgeuse's strange dimming from 2019 to 2023 broke its usual 400-day brightness cycle. Some scientists think it ejected a massive cloud of material, temporarily blocking its light, like a space volcano eruption. The Hubble Space Telescope even observed this massive outflow. Inside, Betelgeuse's core is going through the final stages of fusion after hydrogen and helium. It's producing heavier elements like carbon and oxygen. It's been eventually iron. But iron doesn't generate energy through fusion. So gravity takes over, the core collapses, and a massive explosion follows. Is Betelgeuse burning carbon now? Some scientists think so, which would mean it could explode in decades. Others believe it's still burning helium, giving it more time. Either way, it's the leading candidate for the next Milky Way supernova, because of the 650-year delay in light reaching us. The explosion could have already happened, and we just haven't seen it yet. The 2023 supernova SN 2023 IXV in a nearby galaxy reminded scientists how unpredictable the universe is. It also gave them a preview of what Betelgeuse's final moments might look like. Beyond the science, an event like this would reshape how we think about the cosmos and our place in it.